The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints claims to be the only true church on the face of the whole earth. Its scriptures teach that all other religions and belief systems are abominations in the sight of God and belong to the church of the devil. The leaders of the church claim to be prophets, seers, and revelators, and the sole mouthpiece for God and Jesus for the entire world. The brethren place themselves between believers and the divine, claiming that they alone hold the keys and authority for the ordinances necessary to get to the highest level of the celestial kingdom. In order to have access to these ordinances, members must obey their church leaders, tithe 10% of their income, attend all of their meetings, and serve in the church to the best of their ability. Members are interviewed by their bishop and stake president on a regular basis to determine their worthiness, and are expected to confess their sins to them. It is an authoritarian religion with a tremendous amount of control and influence in the lives of the believing members. The devotion of millions of members, combined with its enormous wealth, has given the LDS Church a tremendous amount of political influence. This is not just in Utah either, as was demonstrated in 2008, when the Church was the driving force behind California's Proposition 8. More recently, the Brethren have instructed members in certain states on how to vote on the issues of legalized recreational marijuana and assisted suicide for the terminally ill. They have also been trying to enact religious freedom legislation that would exempt the Church from being subject to anti-discrimination laws, specifically against LGBT people in matters of housing and employment. The power the Brethren have and the way they use it is all based on the presumption that they are the prophets of God for His one true church. According to the prophets, seers, and revelators of the LDS Church, faithful members cannot be cafeteria Mormons. The church is either completely true or it's fraudulent. It's either what it claims to be or it isn't. Joseph Smith was either a prophet of the Restoration, divinely appointed by God, or he was a charlatan and a fraud. This means that members must accept all of the church's revelations, scriptures, and doctrines as being true, or they must reject them all. There is no room for gray areas, disagreement, or a middle way. This is the dichotomy of Mormonism. Given the impressive claims that the church makes for itself, the tremendous pressure it puts on the membership, and the way the Brethren wield their great economical and political power, it is expedient for us to face the matter objectively by testing the claims of Mormonism. Not everything can be tested, but a great many of the doctrines and revelations are falsifiable. If the claims of the church are true, then an investigation will strengthen the position of the church. If those claims are shown to be false, we are saved from being in error, our understanding of the truth is increased, and we can avoid giving up our time, money, and control of our lives to a fraudulent organization. So how do we test the claims that the LDS Church is the one true church to whom we should pledge our obedience, money, and devotion? Fortunately, the leaders of the church gave us a way to do this. Former Mormon prophet Joseph Fielding Smith wrote, "The church stands or falls with Joseph Smith. He was either a prophet of God, divinely called, properly appointed, and commissioned, or he was one of the biggest frauds this world has ever seen. If Joseph Smith was a deceiver who willfully attempted to mislead people, then he should be exposed, his claims should be refuted, and his doctrines shown to be false. For the doctrines of an impostor cannot be made to harmonize in all particulars with divine truth. If his claims and declarations were built upon fraud and deceit, there would appear many errors and contradictions, which would be easy to detect." Since the church stands or falls with Joseph Smith, it is possible to examine his revelations and teachings and see if there are any errors and contradictions that would indicate a fraud or deception. We can test Joseph's revelations against the evidence and see if they hold up or not. It is important to be courageous and honest while doing this. The truth has no fear of investigation, nor should those who pursue it. I hope you will join me as I try to objectively test the claims of Mormon doctrine and take a look at the important issues facing the church today.